Hi, let's take a look at this Carrera digital slot car set. I'm on holiday at the moment. I've got this set up in a farm shed where we're staying, and it's provided a lot of good late night fun. The Carrera digital is very easy to use. This set has the control unit power base. Everything works from here. To assign a car to a controller, we press the code button once. One light displays. We press the lane change button on the controller, the car's lights flash, and that tells us that the car is ready to drive. We do this with each car and each controller until all the cars needed are set. You can use up to 6 cars with Carrera Digital. You can also have an additional pace car as well. With each car we can set its individual maximum speed. If I press the speed button, all the lights are showing here. That shows that 100% power will be allocated to this car. If we want to reduce that, we can reduce it in 10%. We can have it in 10% increments. There's 10%, 20, 30, 40% and so forth. If I press the start button now, that car has 40% power. This is a useful feature if you're driving with children or with people that are new to slot cars, because you can set them on a low power to avoid crashes while they're getting used to the system. We can also set the braking. If I press the brake button, all these lights are shown as solid lights. That indicates there is 100% braking to that car. I press the start button and it's set. At 100%, when I release the throttle, the car will come to a complete stop almost straight away. If I, sorry, that's the wrong button. If I reduce the braking now to just 10%, the car will coast to a stop. Takes a lot longer to slow down, which can be a lot more fun to drive, but it can be a lot harder for children or newcomers. But as you get used to the car, you may find that reducing the braking a little bit makes the driving around the track a little bit smoother and more fun. When you have a digital car with lights, you can turn the lights on and off while the car is stationary by using the lane change button. You also get working brake lights. So as I come off the throttle, the brake lights come on. If I turn the headlights off, I still get the working brake lights. I really like this feature, and it's fantastic when you're driving in low light or at night with most of the lighting off. With Carrera Digital you can set up a ghost car that will drive on its own very easily by pressing the code button twice, pressing the lane change button on the throttle, and then driving the car to set the desired speed, a speed that the car will travel around at without coming off, but it'll still be fast enough to make good traffic and good fun. Once you've got the desired speed, you press the lane change button and that car will go around on its own, changing lanes at random, and you can run your car against up to 5 others and have quite a lot of traffic to contend with. Again, you could run 2 drivers and 4 ghost cars, or 3 drivers and 3 ghost cars. You can also set up a pace car if you have a pit lane for it. To do this, it's the same process as setting up a ghost car, except you press the code button 3 times until 3 lights come on, and you press the lane change button to set the car, and you select the speed in the same way. A pace car will go around and it will take every lane change possible. When it comes out on track at the press of the pace car button, it will do 2 full laps before it goes back into its pit and the race can restart. If you have a pit lane, you can also have fuel strategy, and that turns on at the switch here. When you're using fuel strategy and your car is low on fuel, its lights will flash. you'll need to come into the pits and use the lane change button to refuel. If you have a driver display plugged in, the lights will show the fuel rising in the tank as it fills, and when it's full you can leave the pits and continue racing. When you're low on fuel, your car's lights will flash and it will go down to half speed, so you'll need to come into the pits to get fuel, otherwise you just won't be competitive on track. Now I'll show you how the lane changing works. Let me just assign that car to this controller again. Now let's have a look at this lane change section over here. As I come around to the lane change, I'm going to press the lane change button on the controller and you'll see the car swap from one lane to another. There we go. I'll just go around again without pressing the button. No lane change. And here I'll change lanes again. It works very smoothly and very reliably. So with Carrera Digital, it's very easy to set up, it works very reliably, and it works flawlessly out of the box. All the accessories you see here, the lap tower, the start lights, wireless controllers, driver display and the timer, they all fit, they plug straight in, no modifications, no tricky software, nothing that's hard to understand, it all just works perfectly right from the get-go. If you choose to set up with Carrera Digital, you're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.